Well, hello there, and welcome to paradise. Alrighty, fellow travelers, welcome back to the Adventures of a Traveling Don and our continued series of our journey to Bermuda. And ladies and gentlemen, we have officially made it to Bermuda. That is right, we are here in Bermuda. For me, it's gonna be about a 2-week journey. I'm gonna be doing about several videos across the island. But first off, we're gonna start off for 2 nights here at the Grotto Bay Beach Resort. This is the major resort here in Bermuda. I am super excited. It is kind of like an all-inclusive. You don't necessarily have to buy into those packages, but if you do, it's well worth the price. But anyway, let's go in and check this place out. Okay, so you're coming to Grotto Bay Beach Resort here in Bermuda, and your first stop is of course going to be the airport. You're going to come in from the airport. It's about a $12 cab ride to get here. The Bermudian and US dollars, basically 1 for 1, and I believe you can actually use both, either Bermudian or US dollars. They accept both. But you check in. The main building here is where you start off, and this is where kind of like the heart of this resort is, because this is where the food's at. This is where your breakfast buffet is going to be, the main place for lunch, and of course dinner. Now there are other options for eating around the resort, but a lot of times it depends on the season. You know, I'm here during the off season, during kind of like the middle of February, so not everything is available to me that might be available to you if you come here from like April through November, which is the busy season. But anyway, this building, main building, this is where you get all your stuff, all your information, all your excursions. This is where the bar is at, main restaurant, and even of course like some of the outdoor seating for the dining as well. So this is your first stop when you're here at Grotto Beach. So from what I've uncovered so far in my initial kind of like walk around is the fact that it's sort of sectioned off into a few different sections here at Grotto Bay. Of course, there's about 10 different major complexes where people are staying for rooms, and they're spread out throughout the entire grounds. Each one of those is of course named after a parish or something very historical here in Bermuda. So it's easy to find. There are signs pointing you to where your rooms are, and of course where all the activities are. So first we're gonna go do a room tour, and then we'll explore the rest of this resort. Come on in. Okay, so what we got here. Oh, hello everybody. All right, so this is the room. This is an ocean view room. We'll get to that in a minute. So you start off, your restroom is here, well put together. And then of course you've got your closet behind here, everything that you need. Safe, ironing board, iron, good stuff. And this is the 2-bedroom, so very nice. Actually, probably the comfiest of the beds I've had so far on this trip. Oh, very nice. And then, of course, TV, everything you need to put everything away. However, the big thing about this is, of course, the access to the ocean right here. Ocean view, got your own little balcony to hang out, relax, and of course, just look at that. Well worth it. So this particular room during the off season, which we're here in mid-November, or excuse me, mid-February, I believe this is about $320, $330 a night for the base package. Now the packages, the way that that works here is you get the base package, and then from there, when it comes to food and beverage, then you can add to that. It is an all-inclusive, but you have to actually buy the all-inclusive. You can stay here and buy things a la carte. So to get the package from there, you would have to, I think you can get the breakfast package, breakfast and dinner, or the all-inclusive. The all-inclusive, however, you have to be staying here for 3 nights. While technically we are here for 3 nights, we didn't get the all-inclusive because we technically didn't get in until like 12:30 in the morning. Yeah, our flight was that late. So we're basically getting the breakfast and the dinner, but I will showcase all the food later on because I've already had breakfast. It was good. It was a good buffet. But anyway, let's continue with the tour of the resort. Hey Travel Dons, just wanted to interrupt this video real quick and share with you my brand new partnership with Plannin.com. If you are looking for a booking site for hotel bookings anywhere in the world, check out Plannin.com. It is a fantastic booking site made for and by travel creators, whether they're travel Instagrammers, TikTokers, or YouTubers myself. Just go to the page, check it out. I'll leave my specific link in the description. You can check out all of my hotel recommendations. You can also follow any other travel creators that you would like to and kind of check out their kind of experiences. They even share travel guides. I'll be having travel guides coming out myself. But yeah, definitely check out Plannin.com next time you want to book any hotel reservations. All right, guys, back to the video. Now, of course, as a beach resort, they have actually their own private area of the beach here in Bermuda. And if you look down there, that is, of course, the pier, and they'll have the dive shop. That's where a lot of the excursions that you can do, whether it's snorkeling, diving, parasailing, all that stuff, you can do that and get all that done there. A lot of times you have to take it up with the main building to set up the excursions, but that's where you'll kind of take off, even if you're doing some sailing. Like I said, we're here during the off season, so a lot of those excursions aren't necessarily available right now, but they are there for you. However, for me, all I need to do is get myself into the ocean. We're gonna go in, check this out. Beautiful, beautiful water, blue water. Very cold water. Oh, that's cold. That's not warm, that's not Caribbean. That is relatively cold. Obviously, we're not in the Caribbean. We're right in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, but it's a little chilly. But I will say, the watercolor is absolutely gorgeous. Now, apart from the main beach, which is just over there, you do have this small little cove off to the side, which is honestly a little bit more cooler to me. I actually kind of like it. It has that gazebo in the background, and it's just kind of like sheltered by all the rocks. It's just absolutely fantastic. So let's go and step inside. So I will say, I think just because it's not directly connected to the ocean and it's got a little bit more of kind of like this shallow part here, this cove, the water is a little bit warmer. So this is actually really, really nice. Speaking of the gazebo, it's actually worth coming up to it because it gives you kind of a little bit more of an overarching view here. And then, of course, if you come onto the back side of it, you can actually see, and I'm going to guess, this is sort of like the backside of the Cathedral Caverns, the caves that they have here, we'll go into in a little bit. But what's cool is all around down there, you'll see there's a bunch of small fish. This is, of course, like I said, this is where you would feed the fish with the little fish food bag. So, but it is kind of cool because it looks like you can actually see where the water enters and exits from the Cathedral Caverns, and it starts right here, right next to the gazebo. So when you're done with the beach, first and foremost, make sure that you do rinse off. They do have showers around. You can kind of get all the salt water off. And then come to the main pool. I mean, right now, like I said, I'm here during the off season. I got this pool to myself. Sadly, I don't have access to a bar. Although, even during the off season, they do have something over near the bar where you can scan your code and get a drink ordered to you and delivered to you from upstairs. But still, it's kind of nice to have this pool all to myself. Now, the next natural water theater to visit is the Cathedral Caves. Okay, so the Cathedral Cave is apparently it's a natural cave that was discovered, I think, by the first settlers here in Bermuda in 1609, and is just absolutely epic. The only way to get to this particular cave is to come and stay at the Grotto Bay Beach Resort. So it is a very specific resort thing only. There are other caves across Bermuda. We'll probably see those in future videos, but this one is specific to Grotto Bay, and it's so cool. You can actually even go down there. We're gonna go in the water in just a sec, see how cold it is. But right now, like I said, I'm here during the off season. There's nobody here. It's kind of creepy to hear my own voice just echoing with nothing else and just the water dripping. A little creepy, a little scary. And like there's no lifeguards or anything, so there's no one watching you. So you have to watch out for yourself. Also, the caves do close, I think, at about 5 o'clock, at least during the off-season time, and they lock the gate and shut the lights off. So watch the time if you're here, relatively between 4 and 5, that you don't overstay your welcome and get locked in the dark in this cave. 'Cause that's when it gets really scary. But anyway, let's get in the water. This is very cool. Well, it's weird. Like the top level of the water, like when you first jump in, is relatively cold. But as I've gotten closer to these rocks down here, it's actually, weirdly enough, there's some warmth coming up from the fissures and cracks here. So I'm not exactly sure if that's artificial or just natural on that. So that's kind of interesting. But it is, when I first jumped in, I was like, oh, that's cold. That's very cold. But this is so cool. I absolutely love this. Now, of course, outside of the water sports, there are a few different things that you can do on land, including the main one is the tennis courts that they do have up at the front. And then, of course, they do have kind of like this play park area that has, shuffleboard, and then, of course, cornhole as well. So I think there's some other stuff around here I haven't really explored up the hill with those buildings up there. The laundry system, by the way, is up there as well. But really, the whole thing is more about the water sports, particularly during the summertime when you can actually go sailing, go parasailing, stuff like that, when all of that is available. But even still, like particularly at nighttime, the shuffleboard and like the cornhole, great place to kind of just come out and hang out and just kind of play some games and relax. So another beautiful point and showcase of Grotto Bay I do highly recommend is coming here to a place called Ariel's Grotto. And you basically just come down the stairs. This is in between Cathedral Cave and the pool and the beach, kind of right in the center. And it's this quiet, beautiful, natural grotto that just, oh my goodness. They even have a little bench over here we can sit and relax. Almost kind of like a little romantic hideaway in between everything that's going around. Because you think Cathedral Cave is over there, spa's over there, pool and beach are over there. So it's like you're kind of like in this whirlwind, I'm sure, during summertime. Right now, it's not that busy during the off season, but during summertime, I'm sure this place is just ridiculous. And this is kind of a nice, quiet little spot to just, hang out and be one with nature. Well, after a successful first day, cheers to you guys. Nice little drink. Well, technically, this is my second drink. I had the first drink at the bar, which was really good. Had a nice Paloma. And then now, just a little vodka soda. Sit here in the main hall, just across from the fireplace. Just sit and relax and just enjoy the night. And I will see you guys in the morning. And day 2 will focus on the food here at Grotto Bay. And good morning. Now, let's talk food. Okay, so the first meal of the day that they do here at Grotto Bay is, of course, breakfast. And their breakfast is a buffet. Now, if you're doing this a la carte, it is about $25 per person. So honestly, I recommend getting at least kind of like the breakfast and dinner package, which comes together very well. It's all fantastic. So highly recommend all of that. They do start you off with both fresh squeezed orange juice and your choice of coffee or tea. That's all included. All of the kind of like the regular drinks are included. If you want alcohol, that is extra, unless you get the all-inclusive total. But the breakfast buffet is absolutely fantastic. They have an omelet station. They have a waffle making station that someone actually does that for you. And then, of course, you have the hot food station with all the different proteins, starches. You have, of course, bread, and then, of course, a fruit station. It's actually relatively impressive and really good for a breakfast buffet. Fantastic. I'll try one of these fluffy little waffles. Oh, that's actually really nice. That's super soft and fluffy. That's really good. One thing I forgot to point out earlier in the video was the fact that the gym is right next to the bar grill and the pool right behind me. So it'll be upstairs. It's got quite a bit of equipment in there for you. And then of course, this is also where the hot tub is. So if you need to work up a sweat and you don't want to do any of the water sports particularly, come to the gym right after breakfast and then take a nice little dip in the hot tub. Now, another feature of the Grotto Bay Resort is, of course, the Natura Spa here behind me as well. So it's actually in a cave. I went in real quick to kind of get a couple shots of it, but it is really kind of cool because you can basically go in and get a massage, pedicure, all that kind of stuff. Any kind of spa treatment you could think of, they'll do in there. And it's inside the cave above like its own little kind of like the Cathedral Cave water pool. They got their own pool in there. It's really, really kind of cool. I was able to sneak in just for a little bit because I don't have an appointment. You generally, to get in there, have to have an appointment. They let me in just real quick to get a couple shots, but it is awesome in there. So I definitely recommend if you're looking for a spa treatment, definitely get one booked here at the Natura Spa. Now, lunch here at Grotto Bay is a little bit different than breakfast. Of course, it is off a menu. It's one of the smaller menus, so it has the least amount of options, but it still has a good selection of food, including if you're looking for just something light and something to just get you through lunch until dinner time. You know, you can get some nice hot wings and, of course, a side of fries. It's, I think, this together was maybe about like 18, 19 bucks. It is relatively expensive compared to, you know, going in the States. But I will say, these wings, I like the fact that they actually kind of fry the seasoning into the breading itself instead of just being all, you know, oily and messy. They are good wings, but yeah, it is a la carte unless you have the all-inclusive. If you just have breakfast and dinner, you do have to pay for it. This I will be paying for, but even still, not a bad kind of tide over until dinner. Now, before dinner comes along, of course, Bermuda is a British territory and it has a lot of British history. So they, of course, do have tea time here around 3 to about 5 o'clock at Grotto Bay. They do for 2 hours, just a little coffee and tea. So you just come out to the main lobby and you can get your tea set up or your coffee or whatever you like. And then they'll have like these little small spread of just little kind of like cakes, cookies, things like that. It's not one of those like high noon tea things that you have to pay for. We'll eventually do one of those here in Bermuda, but for now you just need to get yourself a nice little cup of tea, a little lemon ginger with honey for me, and then of course you have the plate of all these little snacks. Now I'm curious as to what this orange one is with the looks like little some kind of shavings on top. Candied something. It smells really sweet. It's really good. That's actually really nice. And then, of course, I'm gonna try one of these little bread cake here. That's good as well. So, but yeah, from 3 to 5 if you're looking for a snack. Say you maybe want to even just skip lunch if you just have the breakfast and dinner thing. This is part of the just the initial package. If you just get the room, you can still come up here even if you don't have breakfast or dinner packages at all. This comes with the resort itself. So how dinner works here is very similar to the other times. It's all in the main dining hall. However, It is you can get up to 4 courses in a meal, particularly if you have the breakfast, dinner, or the all-inclusive. And honestly, that in and of itself with dinner is almost worth the price by itself without even including anything else, because dinner a la carte for 4 courses can get pricey, but it's well worth it. The dinner here is probably the best of any of the meals that we had both nights. You talk about the lamb shank, that was fantastic. The duck breast, the beet salad. Tonight I had for my main course carbonara, which was amazing. And then of course you had the, I also had a Caesar salad. I had shrimp cocktail. And both nights I had to get myself the cheesecake. That cheesecake, vanilla bean cheesecake with the berry compote, was superb. Absolutely fantastic. And if you're here on Friday nights, they do always have live jazz music. You can maybe hear a little bit in the back. They got a guy that comes here and plays saxophone live jazz music. Absolutely phenomenal. And when you're done with dinner, just come out here to the foyer where the fire pit is. Come sit here in front of the fireplace and enjoy just a nice glass of wine or whatever drink of your choice. This has been a great 2 days. Alright guys, so that is going to be the end of the Grotto Bay Beach Resort video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. This was an amazing 2 days for me. I am so ready for the rest of this trip. We're still here for another almost 2 weeks, so I'm going to pump out probably about 5-6 more videos for you guys, just to kind of give you a full in-depth of all the different parishes, places to go, things to see, all the beautiful views here in Bermuda. But if you have any questions specifically about the resort, go ahead and leave them in the comments below. I'll leave a link in the description for Grotto Bay itself. And then, of course, if you like the video, give it a big ol' thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell, and of course if you want to help support the continuing travels, I do have a Patreon page and a Buy Me a Coffee code. Those will also be links down in the description. So until we meet again, peace out and have a great night.